Welcome to the Time of Your Life with the Baltimore County Department of Aging. I'm your host, Ethel Rasmussen. As always, the Time of Your Life is about sharing resources for living your best life and dedicated to keeping you well informed about the programs and services that are exclusively designed for older adults in Baltimore County. We can also connect with BCDA through the agency's multimedia platforms that include the agency's website, Facebook, the Time of Your Life Digest, Flickr, and Map, as well as an abundance of printed resources. For professionals, please consider following us on LinkedIn for current programs and services to share with your clients, residents, or patients, as well as BCDA's professional educational opportunities. We encourage you to take advantage of all of the delightful resources our department has to offer. I would like to take this opportunity to wish our viewers a reflective Memorial Day and happy Juneteenth in advance. Today, our episode will cover the important topics concerning advocacy for older adults in Baltimore County, as well as some fun upcoming events. We will have Kathleen Young, BCDA's Senior Center Regional Manager, on to discuss National Senior Health and Fitness Day, as well as upcoming concert in the park. Then we will speak with Lynn McCamie, BCDA's Ombudsman, who will share important information about World Elder Abuse Awareness Day and BCDA's Ombudsman program. But first, let's start today's show with Emily Kearns, BCDA's Dementia Specialist, who joins us to discuss the upcoming Living with Dementia Roadmap and Presentation Series. Emily, it is my pleasure to welcome you to the Time of Your Life television show.
It's a delight to be here, Ethel. Thank you for welcoming me. And I'm happy to share with you information about the new series that's coming up.
Emily, can you tell us a little bit about your role as dementia specialist for BCDA?
Sure. This is a full-time role in which I go out into the community and do dementia and brain health sessions to reduce the stigma around dementia and to raise awareness about the signs and symptoms, and most importantly, communication tips and also resources that are available for individuals living with dementia and also their care partners, their caregivers.
Just to clarify for our viewers, could you explain the difference between Alzheimer's and dementia?
Sure. Thanks, Ethel. That's a very common question. And now they're talking about dementia as an umbrella term, actually as a syndrome. And under that umbrella, there are more than 100 different diseases that present with dementia symptoms. Alzheimer's is the most common of those 100 diseases. So they're saying now that 60 to 70% of all dementia diseases can fall under the Alzheimer's disease.
Emily, what exactly is Dementia-Friendly Baltimore County?
Dementia-Friendly Baltimore County is a multi-sector grassroots initiative that's part of Dementia Friendly America. This is a movement across the United States using this model of education, reaching folks at every touch point in the community to, again, raise awareness about dementia.
My next question is about the Dementia Friendly Roadmap. What is it and how can our viewers access it?
I'm so excited about this roadmap. Thank you for asking. So the leadership team of Dementia Friendly Baltimore County, along with the BCDA COM team and with Ethel and her team at the helm, have created a resource map to pull together dementia resources that have been dispersed and quite hidden from folks to put it in one place. And so when someone is diagnosed or is noticing changes and then goes to assess what's happening, they need resources right from the get-go. And the experience of dementia, while unique to each individual and their caregivers, it is a journey, it is a path. And along the journey, there are twists and turns, and there are choice points wherein everyone has to sit and look at resources to discern what the next steps might be. So along the journey, there are choice points, decisions to be made. For example, midpoint, someone may notice that their home is not safe, that they may need to simplify, perhaps even move to assisted living, or get resources to come into the home to support they and their loved ones. This is designated by a map, by a bench on the map, and along the way with each bench there are links that you can simply click on that drop down into resources that are available for wherever you are on the map. So the map is a way to, as I said earlier, to pull together resources in one place, to acknowledge the journey that dementia is, oftentimes very long, and to know that you're not alone, that you're supported by these resources at every touch point, at every bench, at every decision point along the way.
I'm told there will soon be a presentation series based on the dementia-friendly roadmap. Can you please provide us with more details?
Sure, I'm really delighted that we are starting to embark on a 6-month series. Every month there will be an hour-and-a-half session focusing on one of those choice points, one of those benchmarks along the dementia journey that corresponds to the map. So for example, the first one will focus on assessing changes that we're noticing. They could be memory changes, personality changes, and most likely getting diagnosed, to see exactly what we're living with. So that first one will be May 8th, and then there will be one every month after that through October. There'll be a panel of experts focusing on that bench, that decision point, and also focusing on some of the key resources that are available. And there'll be questions and answers, so discussion time at the end.
What are some other ways our viewers can get involved with dementia-friendly Baltimore County?
Great, thank you. Again, this is community-based, and so we have a volunteer leadership team. You can reach out to me, to us at BCDA to become part of that leadership team. You can also become trained to become a presenter in your own community. One of our bumper stickers, mantras is start where you stand. So if you are active in your faith community and you'd like to become a presenter about dementia, you can join our training. There's one coming up this spring, and you can reach out to me, to do that. There are so many ways. If you're also interested in becoming a dementia practitioner, certified dementia practitioner, that's a deeper dive to get more skills. But you can reach out. We have about 40 people on our leadership team from those different touch points, the different sectors, and we are always welcoming more.
So how can our viewers continue to receive updates on dementia-friendly Baltimore County?
All right, thank you. So we have a website that's really wonderful, and you can see the map on the website as well as welcoming videos. We also have a newsletter that comes out 4 times a year, and you can sign up for that newsletter. You can also reach out to me by email or call if you're looking for specific resources, and we can start a conversation about what you're experiencing and what your needs are.
Emily, thank you for taking time to join us on the show to share information on these vital new resources. I know our viewers will benefit from knowing about it.
Thank you for having me, and I hope to see many of the viewers here during the series.
We're going to take a short break, but first join approximately 8,000 mature adults who subscribe to BCDA's newspaper, Time of Your Life Digest. Subscriptions are reasonable at $5 annually for Baltimore County residents over 60 years of age, and $7 for those under 60 who are Baltimore County residents or for those residing in other counties. For information about becoming a subscriber, please call 410-887-3050.
I come here because I find excellent information about retirees, programs, and plans that might enhance or help me with me and my family.
I just had my nails done. I'm ready for the game on Sunday. Having a great time here at the Expo.
It was kind of fun now that I've retired, coming to an event and seeing, actually it was just more fun to talk to all the vendors. You know how older people are, we just want to talk to everybody, and it's like the insurance commercial. So just come next year if you just want a lot of vendors to talk to and have fun with.
I I just love how everything comes together under one roof, the services and all the great activities, and it's just great. It's my first time here.
I enjoy coming here because of the amazing amount of resources. There is resources in education, there's resources in housing. I am just thrilled to be here. You have to make sure to wear some very comfortable shoes when you come, because you're going to be walking a lot and you're going to be talking to many, many vendors who are here. And I am just so grateful to the Department of Aging for creating such an event for many of our seniors who really need this experience and really need these resources.
Welcome back to The Time of Your Life. I'm your host, Ethel Rasmussen. With beautiful warm weather now upon us, there is no better time to get outside and get active. Kathleen Young, Senior Center Regional Manager, joins us today to discuss some exciting upcoming outdoor events organized by BCDA. Kathleen, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me, Ethel.
Kathleen, could you please tell us about the exciting outdoor events in Baltimore County planned for May and June?
Sure. We have two great events coming up. National Senior Health and Fitness Day will be held in May at Meadowood Park, and our annual Concert in the Park will be held in early June at Oregon Ridge.
Let's start with National Senior Health and Fitness Day. Could you please tell our viewers once more where and when this event is being held?
Baltimore County Department of Aging is celebrating National Senior Health and Fitness Day on Wednesday, May 28th at Meadowood Park, which is located just north of 83 on Falls Road. This event is a partnership with Baltimore County Department of Health and Baltimore County Department of Rec and Parks, and we thank both of them for their cooperation with this event.
Is there a theme for this year's National Health and Fitness Day?
Yes, this year's theme is Move Today for a Better Tomorrow. Staying active is one of the most important things we can do to positively impact our physical and mental health as we age.
Excellent. What sorts of activities will older adults be able to participate in during the event?
At the event, participants will have the option to join a variety of activities that will get them moving. At 9:30 a.m., you can walk the trail at the park, or you can join a Tai Chi class. At 10:30 a.m., participants can attend a drum circle, which has been very popular in the past, or they can walk the trail. We will end the day at 11:30 with the chair stretch class with Carolyn Cook. You do need to register in advance as space is limited. We also provide everything you need for the day. Just be sure to wear comfortable shoes and preferably sneakers.
Since this event is ending in the middle of the day, will lunch be served?
Yes, a box lunch is available with a choice of a grilled chicken, pasta, or tuna noodle salad. The recommended donation for the lunch is $5 for those that are 60 years of age and older. And for those that are under 60, the meal will cost $8. Folks do have to order their lunch in advance by May 21st.
How can viewers register to participate in National Senior Health and Fitness Day?
Anyone wanting to register can go online, and there is a link on your screen. The event is free, but for those under 60 requesting a lunch, you will need to pay for the lunch when you make your reservation. For those that are 60 and over requesting a lunch, they will be asked to make an anonymous donation for their lunch the day of the event. Folks can also call 410-887-2002 if they need the link sent to them.
Shifting focus, could you tell us more about this year's Concert in the Park?
The Concert in the Park returns to Oregon Ridge on Tuesday, June 3rd from 11 a.m. until 2 p.m.
Has a musical performer been chosen for this year's concert?
Yes, we're very excited to have the local band, the Lido Deck. Their tagline is where yacht rock meets classic rock. I had never heard of yacht rock before, so if any of our listeners haven't either, it's used to describe music from the 1970s and 1980s that's invoking the image of relaxing bay cruises, which fits with our cruise theme for this year. We'll also be having a best dressed contest for our cruise theme, so concert goers are encouraged to dress in navy, white, pinstripes, or captain hats.
So Kathleen, in addition to the live music, what sorts of activities will there be for our viewers at the concert?
So we always have a craft station at the event, and this year our guests will have the option to make a sailor's knot bracelet made from rope. And Baltimore County Public Library will be at the event providing temporary airbrush tattoos, and we will also have a fun treasure hunt.
Do you know if there will be food served at the event?
Yes, we will have a box lunch available from Fat Boys Catering. Box lunches must be ordered online in advance by May 23rd for $10. Folks can choose from tuna or chicken salad, turkey or ham sandwich, or a chef salad. All of them are served with chips and a cookie. Again, I just want to remind viewers that lunches have to be ordered online this year by May 23rd, and you cannot order lunches at your senior center. Concert goers are also welcome to bring their own picnic lunch, snacks, and drinks to the event.
How much are tickets and where can they be purchased? And do they have to be purchased in advance or at the door?
They can do both. So tickets are $8 at the door the day of the event, or they can purchase them in advance with a $3 discount for only $5. And they can do this online or at their local senior center. The event is rain or shine, and there are no refunds.
This sounds like quite the day. I have one last question for you. Should our viewers bring anything to the event?
It's going to be such a fun day, and I'm really looking forward to it. Anyone attending the event should wear comfortable shoes, bring a lawn chair or a blanket, and I even suggest wearing a wide brim hat or bring an umbrella because shade is very limited at the venue. And hopefully we'll have beautiful weather that day.
Thank you, Kathleen, for coming on and telling our viewers about these two exciting upcoming events. I know I'm looking forward to them, as I'm sure our viewers are.
Thanks for having me today, Ethel.
There was this big bruise on my friend's face. I told myself she'd fallen. I didn't want to see it. I didn't want to think her own nephew could have hit her.
I didn't want to see it. I didn't want to believe it. My mother's bank account was emptied, and a caregiver had taken control of it.
I didn't want to see it. My father's refrigerator. There was hardly anything in it. That's unusual for him.
My stuff kept disappearing, but I told myself I was misplacing it. I didn't want to see the truth. My daughter was stealing from me.
Many of us don't want to see the signs, don't want to see that a senior citizen is being abused, physically, emotionally, sexually, or financially. If you suspect elder abuse, call the police or your local agency on aging. You don't have to prove abuse is taking place to report it. Remember, elder abuse is a crime.
So see the signs, stop the crimes.
To learn more, visit ncpc.org.
Welcome back to The Time of Your Life with me, Ethel Rasmussen. We turn now to a difficult yet important topic concerning older adults in Baltimore County and across the nation. June 15th marks World Elder Abuse Awareness Day. Joining us now is Lynn McCamie, BCDA Ombudsman Manager, to inform us about what elder abuse looks like, how it is prevented, and what our viewers can do to further promote awareness of this important topic. Lynn, it's a pleasure to have you on the show to discuss this critical issue.
Thank you so much for having me here today. You're absolutely right. This is a critical issue, and this is an opportunity for communities around the globe to raise awareness about Elder Abuse Day.
Lynn, first and foremost, could you please explain to our viewers what services the Ombudsman program provides?
I would gladly love to share that ombudsmen are advocates for residents who live in long-term care settings. Our main goal is to make sure that residents' rights are being abided by and that residents do feel safe and have a high quality of life in the facility.
When it comes to elder abuse, are there specific risk factors that cause an individual to become more vulnerable to abuse?
There are definitely specific risk factors. We want to make sure that older adults know what their rights are when they are in the long term care facility, know what type of care they should be receiving, how staff should be interacting with them, and really who can they reach out to who will be able to help solve their issues or make sure that if safety is a question, how we put that back on the table correctly.
Who abuses older adults? Are they strangers, family members, peers? What would you say?
So it can be all of the above, but believe it or not, it's really people that are closest to them in their inner circle that may take advantage of those that are what we might consider vulnerable or older adults that maybe need a little extra guidance or a little extra help. In that instance, people who they trust tend to be the ones who take advantage of their kindness.
Lynn, could you please explain to our viewers some of the forms of elder abuse could take? Of course, when we think of abuse, we first think of physical harm, but this problem can manifest in many different ways, correct?
That is correct. There are probably 5 or 6 major strains of elder abuse as we know it. There's physical, there's sexual, there's financial or scams. There could be psychological or undue influence where someone is really trying to garner their trust and lead them astray. There could be neglect or even self neglect.
Now that we have a better understanding of what elder abuse is and the various forms it can take, what are some signs of elder abuse our viewers should be on the lookout for?
So I'm glad that you asked me that. If there are things that people can look at and say, I wonder if that's happening or something unsafe for that older adult, some of those physical signs could be bruising, bumps. Some of the non physical signs could be that the individual maybe shies away, doesn't want to be involved, keeps themselves isolated. Another sign could be mail is piling up, and you know that the individual is home, but they're not coming out to actually take advantage of what's in their mailbox or pick up their mail, I should say. There could be someone stealing their identity. So that means the older adult loses an opportunity to engage as themselves because someone else is representing for them.
If our viewers encounter an instance of what they believe to be elder abuse, who should they contact?
So, if the individual lives out in the community, they probably would be reaching out to the Department of Social Services, the Adult Protective Services unit. They bear the burden to ensure that anybody's safety who lives in the community can be looked at and see if they would be considered a vulnerable adult. If this is someone that lives in a long term care facility, like a nursing home or an assisted living, they might be reaching out to the Ombudsman's program first, as ombudsmen usually are first responders for those that are in nursing homes or assisted livings. Sometimes there can be a blended response to those that live in assisted living. There might be a response from Adult Protective Services, or it might be response from the ombudsman. But either way, the opportunity to make sure safety is there can happen.
Could you please tell our viewers how they can get in touch with the Ombudsman to advocate for them in long-term care?
So they can definitely reach us through our main number, which is 410-887-4200. We also take walk-ins, believe it or not. Anybody could walk into our office, which is located, the main office in our Towson office at the Bicota Senior Center, or they can reach out to us electronically, sending an email, sending a text message, or faxing information over to our program. Our email address is ombudsman at baltimorecounty.md.gov.
Now, if our viewers are inspired by this cause and are interested in becoming an ombudsman, what would be their next steps?
Oh, that's great news to my ears. We definitely have volunteer opportunities. Our state and county website allows anybody who's interested to learn more to fill out an application, and then that would come directly to our office here in the Towson area. Our volunteer coordinator would follow up with the individual to share what does it take in order to be an ombudsman, the training, the shadowing, the online learning, and the engagement with the program throughout the year for continued education opportunities.
Now, Lynn, before we leave, are there any other actions our viewers can take to help prevent elder abuse?
I'm so glad that you asked that because being in the community means that everybody has the opportunity to make a difference. You don't have to know what exactly is all the signs of elder abuse or what would you personally do. You just have to be willing to make that first phone call to Adult Protective Services or the Ombudsman's program, where those individuals who are trained will be able to go out and do any level of investigation and see if this is a vulnerable adult, an adult that needs some services, or if there are other options that might be available for their safety, whether it's in the community or in a long-term care setting.
Thank you, Lynn, for taking the time to join us on the show and explain this difficult yet important subject matter for our viewers.
Thank you again for having me. And I want to invite everybody to come out to a safety day that we're having to celebrate or highlight, I should say, the prevention and education of World Elder Abuse Day. BC Rest, which is our elder abuse coalition that has many stakeholders throughout Baltimore County on the committee, really want to help educate all older adults and anybody who's concerned about the prevention of elder abuse. So this year, for our We Ed celebration, we will be at the Cockeysville Senior Center on June 18th from 10 a.m. until 12, and we will have a great presentation on AI. That's the hot topic, and keeping yourself safe, recognizing when maybe it's a scam or a fraud, of how to interact with older adults through this new market of AI. So we welcome everybody. If you have any questions, please feel free to call the program at 410-887-4200. And I think I forgot to mention that all that we do is free. So even the advocacy we provide through the Ombudsman's program is free and confidential. And coming out to our Safety Day to highlight World Elder Abuse Day is free as well for everybody.
I will look forward to seeing you at World Elder Abuse Day. That's today's show. Thank you for spending your time with us. Please remember you can call the Department of Aging's information line called Maryland Access Point of Baltimore County, or MAP, at 410-887-2594 with questions pertaining to older adults and persons with disabilities. This show may also be viewed anytime on the Baltimore County government's YouTube channel at youtube.com/baltco.gov with open captioning. That brings us to the conclusion of this edition of The Time of Your Life, a National Mature Media Award winner, about the services and contemporary topics that keep you in the know. Until next time.